called my mom today because I missed her. But growing up, my mom did a lot of things that I resented her for, or I just didn't agree with, but I realized I just didn't understand. My mom was my biggest cheerleader, and culturally, when a person is so demonstrative and maybe over supportive in my mind, to the point where people perceive them as being cocky or showy, it can be embarrassing in my culture. And I'm ashamed that I ever felt that way about my mom. I just didn't understand her. My mom is one of the toughest women I know mentally. She's been through a lot, but there's not a lot that can faze her. But I realized as I got older that that everyone hurts, but not everyone shows it because they feel like they have to be strong for others. I called my mom, and she said that she's a little homesick, but when she sees my son, she feels better. And when my son left on his mission, I can see the sadness, or at least the reminiscing feelings that my wife displays when she thinks about him, because our time with my son is over. Raising him, nurturing him, being there for him. When he comes back, he'll be a man, and it won't be the same. So I realized that we need to give our parents some grace. Just because they don't say it, just because they act a certain way, doesn't mean that sorrow and sadness doesn't exist in their heart. When you get older, you miss your children. And I get the sense that that's amplified when they have their own children. You start to long for your grandchildren, you know? Because like us, you realize that your time nurturing your children is over. My mom is so far removed from raising children that it makes sense to me now that she would be with my dad so far away, but be homesick for her children and her grandchildren. I'm just so glad that I can live in a time where I can see my mother on a video call and tell her how much I care for her and how much I love her. I talked to my friend last week, and I told him how my mom likes to visit my son while he's on a mission. And obviously, you want to leave your children alone while they're serving a mission. You don't want to distract them from the work. And his advice to me was, you know what? You got to let mothers be who they're going to be. You got to let grandmothers be who they're going to be. And it made total sense to me, because my friend, his mother's no longer with us. And if that's the case, in that situation, you would let what makes your mother happy, let her do that. That makes total sense to me, because one day when my mom is not here, I'll wish that I let her visit her grandson. You don't know how much that helps her. And today when I called her on the phone, I realized how much it warms her heart to go and make my son's bed or give him some money. I think sometimes I forget, and I'm ashamed that I ever felt that way. I forget what good it does for grandparents and parents to be around their children because they miss them. no different than how much I miss my son, raising him, nurturing him, supporting him, bathing him, feeding him. And I think I should, like my friend suggests, allow my mother to be a mother again. Allow her to baby my son, her grandson, while he's out there on a mission. So hindsight is 2020 for sure. And I'm glad that I had the chance while my mother's still alive to make amends for those shameful thoughts that I had, resenting my mom for some of the things she did, not realizing that was her way of showing love and support for me. And I just love my mom, and I'm glad that she's still here with us, that I can tell her I love her and see her. That's all.